Alright, y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. Let's get you off of our starting screen. Now, I do apologize. The washer's running, the dryer's running, the AC's running, and I've got a fan on in my room, so I don't know how much background noise y'all are going to hear. I was actually gone longer than I had planned, but it's all good. Alright, we were working on the power grid. So let me get that open back up. Alright, power grid. We have to get the user attributes in to turn it on. We also have to build the XML. Farm Chick says welcome back. And we have to build the XML. So let's start with the XML. Alright, so we used farm 1. So let's go to placeables. Let's find farm 1. Let's copy it and rename power grid. Alright. First thing we had to do is change all of farm 1 to power grid. Alright. So this is good. Alright, first one up is first input, power pole. So you go to power pole. Fill type. Is power pole, and you've got to come up to 700,000 liters. Alright, second input is copper wire. Copper wire. Copper wire. 700,000 liters. Alright, third up, conductor. So conductor, 700,000. Lighting. 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 700,000. Alright, number 5 is concrete. We got concrete. Concrete, 700,000, and then the last one is paint. So paint, 700,000. Alright, so input 7 and input 8 we're not using. Alright, so we have our inputs, we have our outputs. This has to go to 700,000. And then we have to change, alright, power pole. Copper wire. Conductor. I'm going to leave paint because the order here doesn't matter. Lighting. Lighting, concrete. And then we can get rid of these two. And then, like, this is going to have to come way up. Let's look at, alright, so we have, so 24 hours times, let's say 5 days is 120 hours. Why does that not sound right? So if we go 7 million, or 700,000, divided by 120, so we're going to need like 6,000 liters an hour. That's, yeah, let's just bump this up to 6,000 liters an hour and see how long it takes to build the power grid. So if I go, where was I? 6,000 times 120. Yeah, so we should be about 120 hours on the build. And then let's check our i3D mapping. So what do I need? Let's go to invisibility. Exact fill route is 1148. So you are 1148. So you're going to be 1149. And you should be 1150. Right? 1148, 1149, 1150. Alright, so that should be the XML built. Now we have to throw in the user attributes. Alright, so power grid. Alright, let's bring this back up. Alright, let's go to here. So first one is a string. Second one is a script callback. Third one is a string. And then the fourth one is a float. And I think it was farmland number 25. It is. Okay, so farmland 25, this is the power grid. Let me open this guy. Yeah. Let's open this guy up. Let me just steal this command and put it here. And then we're going to steal this command and we're going to put it here. And we have to change the XML power grid. That should be everything. So let's save the map. And we'll see if we crash the game. No. We'll see if the power grid works. There's so much to this build, it may actually crash the game. Then we'll finish this little grass meadow. And that should be the last part of the map build. It's just all small stuff. Sassy One, good afternoon, old man. I was just sitting down to watch your morning part 9 stream. Oh, I had errands this morning, so I'll watch it later tonight. Well, thank you. Yeah, I just got back from running errands myself, and I was gone longer than I wanted. So we're going to bust our butts for the next couple hours and see how much we can knock off the to-do list. Alright, let us, I think that's everything we need for, where do I want? Let's make sure we're on the correct mods folder. Let's see if the game's going to crash now that the power grid is hooked up. That means we cannot add any more power poles to the map, or we'd have to go back in and refix this factory. I keep forgetting to go on Google to see where this picture is in real life. Let me put it on my notebook. If I add it to my to-do list, I'll remember. Map photo. And we also have the PDA to do. So the actual map PDA, but that's off-camera project. That's a couple hours off-camera for me to make the map PDA. It's a royal pain in the butt. This is the worst part of making the map, is making the PDA. Alright, well, there's no crash, but when we come out here, let's grab some cash first. Let's grab some speed. So now we should have absolutely no power poles out by the road. Perfect. So all we have now are these boxes, which are placeholders. So you don't put a placeable down where a power pole is going to build anywhere on the map. Perfect. So let's lease ourselves a truck. And we're using blue today for absolutely no reason. So there won't be any power poles or any lights on the map. Now there's one thing I need to see. Now I cannot stop this from happening. And I think the lights are going to come on at night and turn off during the day. So before we build the power grid, we're going to roll through the night. I want to see if the lights come on at night. If the street lights appear and the lights come on. The light itself may appear without the pole. Now that's going to be a problem, and I don't think I'm going to be able to fix that. So I literally want to see if we get any street lights. All right, cool. So a random light's not going to spawn in until you build the power pole. That's what I was worried about. Is the light would come in with no power pole until we build the power grid. All right, let's go back to 1 speed. Let's start building the power grid and see how long it takes to build. Now it's, wrong way. It's going to have to build the power grid for the entire map. And I don't think they're going to come in any particular order. Look, y'all, we're back to like 60 FPS for the most part. Calderson, hello, thank you for stopping in. Much appreciated. We're getting close, y'all. We are getting close. Can't wait to get this monster finished. I really hope these things have a collision on them. Alright, they do. Alright. So they're going to be placeholders so you don't accidentally put a placeable down where a light pole is going to appear. They will come out of the map as the power grid builds. I know it's a little bit dark in game, but we're going to forward time here really soon. And before we actually build the power grid, I want to check the log, make sure there's no errors. Alright. Perfect. Alright. We can... Alright, let me jump out of here. Let me check the log real quick. Make sure there's no weird Lua errors with the power grid. Corona White is that's a Giants issue, and so is the driving dust. When Giants came out with the Alps map, they did something with the train signals, or the train crossing colors, and it messed up the ones from the other two maps. And then driving dust is also another Giants issue. So there's no map issues. Again, I'm going to buy this stuff. You will not have that option when you get the map. You'll actually have to deliver the product. And she went active. Alright. Now, this is going to be... it's going to be really hard to see what is actually building first, because it's going to have to build a power grid for the entire map. So actually, let's start somewhere up near Center Mountain. Actually, I think I started the electrical grid up here on top of the mountain first. So before I start forwarding time, let me grab a little bit of flight, and we'll see if we can't see some of the power grid coming in. Alright, before I go to 2000 speed, I'm going to go to 120 speed. Alright, so cool. So our power grid's going to start building here on the top of Center Mountain. And then it's going to continue for the entire map. And it's not going to build in, I don't think, in any particular order. It's just wherever I built the map is where the power grid is going to pop in. So no particular order for the power grid to come in. I just want to make sure that these boxes are going to start to disappear. They are perfect. So we're going to end up with just the power pole and no boxes. Alright, let's hop down to our truck. I'm going to go... I'm not sure if this is going to crash, but I'm actually going to go 2000 speed just to see what happens. I don't know if we're going to be able to see any more power grids building into the map or not. So whatever order we built the map in is the order we're going to get the power grids. So probably this side of the map. Oh, yeah, they're popping in over here. I can't fly fast enough. Yep, so it is building the power grid. Let's just jump back into our truck and wait for our power substation to come in. I wasn't counting game days. I think this is the third game day. Let's see where we are in percentage. We're about 65% built. Okay. We turn flight mode off. So 86%. Alright, we're getting there. I'm just going to wait till it rolls to the daylight. Alright, now we shouldn't have any more. Yeah, so no more. So the entire power grid is built. Alright, let's go for a quick ride. Nice. It's nice to drive around the map and see the power grid without the boxes on them. I gotta fix that fire texture for the smokehouse. Now my FPS is going to fluctuate because I have my recording software open and Streamlabs OBS open. I'm just curious to see what our FPS does when we come back up the mountain. I seriously think it's all those fences. Once you build everything on the map, you should be good. We'll see what the FPS does after we get everything built onto the test map. Alright, let's get out of here. We know that's going to build properly. We don't have the triggers work because we didn't deliver any pallets to it. But we know the power grid's going to build properly. I have a feeling I'm going to be adjusting a lot of triggers after once we actually start, we're forced to deliver pallets to every build. Alright, so that's going to take care of the power grid. Let's get this grass meadow finished. And it's going to need its own farmland, so let's start there. So you are going to be Meadow at power grid. Let's turn you on. Alright, you are going to be number 0, 1, 2, 4, and 7. Let me leave it on round for a minute. 0, 1, 2, 4, and 7. Should be number 151, and it is. Alright, let's get this grass meadow. I want to take it as far back to that fence as I can. And then I'm actually, let me zoom out a little bit further. You're actually going to get the grass over here as well. That needs to stay part of the city. So that's going to stay part of the mountain. But I'll give you the grass all along here. Yeah, we'll come back there along the mountain. I'm going to go back to square for a minute. Alright, let's pull this guy back. And then we'll see where we're going to butt it up to the apiary. So where do we want to take this grass meadow? I think we're going to take it... So I'm going to give it a little bit of a weird angle. I'm actually going to take it over to about the apiary fence. And we'll come up to here, and we'll bring it like it's along this property. And then this will all be the part of the same farmland. It's just a grassy meadow. I'm going to spin my camera this way, make sure I didn't miss anything. Alright, we should be good. Alright, let's get this guy turned off. So go back to just tip collision. And now we're going to go to grass. Alright, let's get this meadow in. And this should be the last bit of grass we have to paint on the map. It's nice when I can actually say this is the last bit of grass we actually have to paint on the map. Let's get along this curve. Alright, now we can go up in size. Alright, so along the mountain, I'm going to switch back to round. Alright, now unless we find a bald spot on the map, this should be the last bit of grass that we ever have to paint back in. That is going to be so nice. Alright, let's get the trees done for this area. It is, so let's go down here. Let's grab, I'm going to duplicate that just in case I need another blank one. Let's go Meadow near power. Alright, I'm going to start with, let's grab Spruce Stage 4. And change transform groups. Alright, now let's get this guy in. Is that close to the other pine? It is. Am I going to use this tree anywhere else? Probably not. Let me delete that one. Alright. Let's continue with these guys. So I want a birch stage 5. Oh no, you're a spruce. Birch stage 5, this guy. And let's come back up here. And let's get it lined up with this tree. Something like that. Alright. So we'll continue this guy down. Turn you, so you'll be somewhere about there. Let me pull it back just a little bit. Alright. And then let me get it close. About there. Alright, that should take care of this. I'm not going to put any trees here. I'm going to leave this as an open meadow. Alright, let me do a save. Define gonna be busy on this map. I love it. I don't think words can describe how busy you're going to be on this map. All right. Power grid is off the list. That's 4 things we got off the list today. The next pain in the butt project is pallet triggers at all the not the cell points, pallet triggers at all the factories to make sure they can take the new containers. Let me get that off the list. Oh, define or definitely? Define is impossible. Definitely be busy is probable. Alright, how do I want to do this? So let's close places. Let's close places. Let's go to global company. We're just going to start. Alright, so you are a buildable, so I don't, that already has a pallet trigger. Coal mine. See, all of our mines need pallet triggers. Yeah, this is going to be a nightmare. We had to do this with the Ricci Valley map, the hollow map, and the islands map after I built the containers. So now, because you won't be able to drop diesel off by a container, you can only drop diesel off by a tanker. So we have to go back now and we have to add pallet triggers into everyone that doesn't have a pallet trigger. Alright, so let's go here first. Alright, so what are we working on? The coal mine. Alright, let's open up the coal mine. Do I want to go in order by XML or do I want to go in order by what's in the map? Let's go in order by what's on the map. Alright, so coal mine. I'm completely blind today. Coal mine. Alright. We can go to, where can I go? Let me just grab a pallet trigger. Let me duplicate that. So let's go edit, cut, and paste. So that's going to be pallet trigger number 1. So we need pallet triggers or you will not be able to fill these by a container. If you choose to do these by container. Alright, so now we have to go. It's going to be easy, but it's going to be time consuming. Alright, I want to grab. Right, we're going to grab this. I'm going to go here. I've got to change this to pallet. We're going to change this to number 1. And now I also have to add a pallet trigger into here. And then we're done with the power grid. I can turn that off. Alright, so our pallet trigger is 0. Actually, this has to go to a 1. And then we are 0 and 1. Alright, save that. Alright, coal mine is fixed. Alright, next up on the list, ore mine. Yep, it's going to need a trigger as well. So let's come up to here. Oh, this is not going to be easy. Alright, let's grab this one. Let's duplicate it. So let's go edit, cut, and paste. And we're gonna have to put these in place. So let's open up the ore mine. And let's grab this line here. You can come down to here. And it's going to be 0 and 1, so I don't have to change that. And we have to add pallet trigger into here. So save that. I'll close the ore mine, so that one's done. So next on the list is the rock mine. Which is this one? It is. Alright, let's come back up here. Let's duplicate that one. Alright, let's get you into place. Alright, you are also 0 and 1. So we need rock mine. So let's go to here. Let's copy that. And then we'll come to here. We will copy this. Alright, so that is the rock mine done. Alright, next up is going to be the nickel mine. Throw it into here. And bring you over. Alright, so, and you were also 0 and 1. Alright, so let's, where was I? Nickel mine. Alright, so let's go to here. Let's copy this one. Throw it down here. Now let's grab this line and add it here. So that's nickel mine done. Next up, copper mine. Now throw this into place. And you were also 0 and 1. So let's open up the copper mine. And let's grab copy and paste. And then I need this guy. Save that, so that's copper mine done. And then next one should be the sandstone mine. So let's grab this guy. And you've got to come out here. And that is also 0 and 1. So sandstone mine. This guy. And then I need this line here. So the open mine, that's the pit, right? Oh, that's to open up the mine. That one already, does this one have, that one doesn't need a pallet trigger. Clay pit. Clay pit's going to need a pallet trigger. Alright. Sorry y'all, we're going to be probably flying around the map a lot here for the next half hour or so. So we get all these pallet triggers back in the map. Alright, so let's come back up to here. Let's grab a pallet trigger. And let's go edit, cut, and paste. And is it all touching the ground? It is touching the ground. So let's get this guy into place. And it's also 0 and 1. Alright, so let's grab the clay pit. Sandstone Mine, I can close. Alright. Let's copy this line here. Oh crap, we also have the alright, so diesel is good, so I need one here to drop off the diesel. And then let's grab this guy. And it goes down here. And it is 0 and 1, 0 and 1. Now, what is, let's go back to here. What is goods 2? Your goods 2 are wood chips. Okay, that's for the build. We building this factory? We are building this factory. Oh crap. That just made it harder. Let's come back down to... Alright. This one we're done with. This one we're done with. Ore mine, rock mine, nickel mine, copper mine. Clay pit. Clay pit. Alright, trigger 2 is going to be, so wood chips, coal, water. Wood chips, coal, and water. Is that for the build? Wood chips, coal, and water. Wood chips, coal, and water is to build it. So I'm going to need, wood chips are in a container, coal is in a container. So I'm going to need, but there should be a trigger here. Where do we build the clay pit? Oh man, now this makes it a little bit tougher because all the stuff that has to get built, we have to go to 2 different places. So clay pit should also have a matching build on Center Mountain. Yeah, this just made the adding pallet triggers a little bit more time consuming. because we have to have, I need a pallet trigger here to be able to deliver product here to build the factory. Alright, so I need another pallet trigger here. And that one has to go into invisibility because that one has to disappear with the build. Alright, so let's go duplicate. I'm just going to drop it here for a minute. It has to go down here, I think. Yeah, it's going to have to go down here. Alright, so let me go edit, cut, and paste. Now the good news is most of these builds already have pallet triggers in them. Alright, so you become pallet trigger 2. You are number 10 and 70. So I need this guy here, and it becomes number 2. And then I need a pallet trigger down here. You become number 2. You are 10 and 70. Alright. That's all I should need for that one. Yeah, so the clay pit should now be done. Alright, Crazy Crusher should have a pallet trigger. What do we have? We have a pallet trigger where the boulders go. We're going to need, there's no water in containers, but we're going to need a pallet trigger where the diesel goes. Yeah, I need a pallet trigger here. Alright. So let's grab this guy. And then let's go edit, cut, and I'm going to put it here. Alright, so you're going to be the pallet trigger for a diesel container. You go to, well, let's pull up the Crazy Crusher. Crazy Crusher. So I already have a pallet trigger 1, so you are actually going to be pallet trigger 2. This needs to be changed to pallet. Oh crap, we have to add bale triggers as well. So we can put straw down if that's taken straw. We'll have to go in and look at that. Let me copy that. Diesel needs, so your trigger, pallet trigger 2. Is this taking, what is this taking? Okay, this is not taking coal, it's just taking diesel. Alright, so I do not need a bale trigger. But I need to add a second pallet trigger. So let's grab pallet trigger 1. You become pallet trigger 2. And you become 0, 0, and 1. Alright, that should be the Crazy Crusher done. I'm gonna give the map a quick save. So the store was out of the mocha iced coffee and they were out of the caramel iced coffee. So I was forced to buy the vanilla iced coffee, and I don't care for it as much as the other flavors. The good news is all the buildables should already have pallet triggers. So it should be just the factories that we have to fix. And this, other than the stop signs, this should be the last pain in the butt project. Alright, so Crazy Crusher is done. Alright, Bait House. So cornmeal has a pallet trigger. Molasses doesn't. Let's see what we can do with these triggers. Maybe we can combine them all into one. Yeah, because we have a molasses container now. Alright, so cornmeal goes where? Cornmeal goes inside. Okay, I'm not going to mess with that trigger. The molasses goes here. Yeah, that's going to need a pallet trigger. Water is not going to need a pallet trigger. Power cell already has a pallet trigger. And then the workers, I do not need a pallet trigger. So it's just the molasses. We need a pallet trigger. Alright, so let's open up the bait house. Bait house. Yeah, so I'm going to need to add, so your molasses, you're going to need a pallet trigger. We're not using number 2, so let's copy this guy. Put it here. You're going to be pallet trigger number 2. Let's grab this one, duplicate it. So edit, cut, and paste. You become number 2. And then let's pull it over here. And I'm actually going to make it a little bit taller. Alright, so you're going to be 1, 1, and 1. Alright, so we're going to take pallet trigger 1. Let's duplicate it. So it becomes number 2, it becomes 1, 1, and 1. So that should take care of the bait house. Fish processing. Fish processing, I don't think, well, let's go over and check it. We deliver the fish by boat. Let's see what other in triggers we have. So actually, let me pull up the XML. Let's go fish processing. Alright, so goods does not have a pallet trigger. Fish we don't have to touch. Power cells has a pallet trigger. Workers does not need a pallet trigger. What is goods? Goods is the seafood from the boat. Power cells already has one. Workers, I don't need one. The build should have a pallet trigger. So invisibility should have a pallet trigger already. And it does. Alright, so I don't have to do anything here. The fish pond is for the boat, so we don't need to touch that. Express staffing is not done. We have to come back to that anyway. So water fields. I'm not going to touch the water fields because of the way they fill and unfill, so we don't have to do anything with the water fields. Slaughterhouse. Let's go check the slaughterhouse. Alright, so let's go through this one at a time. So the cow, none of the animals we have to touch. So the cow, the sheep, the pig, the goat, the donkey is all fine. Straw has an exact fill root and a bale trigger. It's going to need a pallet trigger here as well. So you can bring straw in a container. Farm check, lol. I have my binder sheet protectors, paper markers, and pencils all ready to work. That is awesome. Farm check, I want to talk to you about something after the stream. So if you don't mind, shoot me a whisper on here, or send me a private message on Facebook, so I know how to contact you. I want to ask you something after I'm finished with the stream. I mean, nothing personal or anything like that. Hi, so straw is going to need a pallet trigger. So let's open up the slaughterhouse. And straw's going to need a pallet trigger, and diesel's going to need a pallet trigger. Alright, so we're going to have to add 2 in. So where do we have a pallet trigger now? We have a pallet trigger now for the crates. So the crates have a pallet trigger, perfect. We're going to duplicate that one. I'm going to go edit, cut, we're going to put it up here. And let's get this in place for straw. So we have exact fill root. So if you bring it by bulk with the truck, the exact fill root works. If you bring bales in, the bale trigger works. And then now if we bring a container of straw on, we'll have a pallet trigger. Alright, so what number does that one need to be? This one actually needs to be number 1. Alright, so let us add this line here into here, and it becomes pallet trigger 1, and then I have to add pallet trigger 1 down here. So let me take pallet trigger 2, make it pallet trigger 1, and it is 0, 5, and 3. Alright, now we also have to add, so straw's taken care of, crates taken care of. We have to add another pallet trigger in where the diesel goes. So let's grab this guy. Let's duplicate it again. So let's go edit, cut, and paste. Just make it a little bit taller. And we'll spin it this way. So it's actually going to be number 3. And then we have to come up to here, so we're going to add palette trigger 3 in. So you become number 3, you become 0, 7, and 1. And then we have to come up top, and where the diesel trigger is, I have to add another palette trigger in. Down to here. So it becomes number 3. Let's save that. That should be, so fish processing is done. Slaughterhouse should now be done. So what's after the slaughterhouse? Poultry barn. This one I may not mess with. We just got, well, yeah, we're going to have to add a couple triggers. Alright. So water, I'm not going to mess with. Chicken feed already has a pallet trigger. Straw, crap, straw's going to need a pallet trigger for containers. Yeah, thanks, Farm Chick. Yeah, I'll catch up with you after the stream. Alright, so I'm going to need a pallet trigger where the straw goes. Alright, let's pull up the poultry barn. So water does not need one. Feed already has one. Straw's going to need a pallet trigger. So let's copy this one. Let's put it here. It's going to be number 3. So let's save that for now. Let's grab pallet trigger 2. Yep, I can duplicate it. Let's go edit, cut, and paste. So let's bring it over here where the straw goes. So you can bring a container of straw in. Alright, so, and then it has to be number 3. Alright, so now we have to add number 3 in the i3D map it. So pallet trigger 2 becomes pallet trigger 3, and it is 0, 2, and 3. Alright, so that takes care of the straw. Chicken, you're going to have to actually deliver chickens and deliver ducks, so I can't mess with that one. Alright, so the last one is where the diesel trigger goes. In case you want to deliver diesel by a container. So let's grab pallet trigger 3. Let's duplicate it. Let's go edit, cut, and paste. And let's bring it down to where the diesel goes. And it becomes number 5. Alright, so down here we have to add pallet trigger 5. And it is 0, 6, and 1. And then where the, so up top I have to add one more in. So where the diesel goes, yeah, so I'm going to grab this guy. And in here, you become pallet trigger 5. Let's save that. Alright, so the poultry barn is done. the boathouse. We have a pallet trigger where the pine tar goes. We have a wood trigger where the logs go. I can't mess with that. And workers. So the boathouse. Let me look at the XM. I don't think the boathouse we have to mess with. Oh, not baithouse. Boathouse. Workers. Yeah, we don't have to mess with the boathouse. Seaweed pond has a pallet trigger. Seaweed pond I don't have to mess with. Alright, seaweed pond we don't have to mess with. Wood chipper takes logs we don't have to mess with. Farm 1 is a buildable, it already has a pallet trigger. Oil well 1, so the drill pipe already has a pallet trigger. Water doesn't need a pallet trigger, but let's double check the XML. Oil well 1. Drill pipe already has one. Water doesn't need one. Coal. Oh, that's for the build. The build already has a pallet trigger. Yep. Alright, we don't have to touch the oil wells. Area 1 already has one. Oil well we don't have to touch. Water fields we're not going to touch. Central warehouses are good. Smokehouse. Let's fly over there and we'll look at the XML. Alright, let's look at the Smokehouse XML. Alright, so what's going into goods? Sea salt, yeah, we're going to have to add a pallet trigger there. Alright, so where is the goods? Alright, bulk. Alright, now we're going to have to... I'm going to make a slight change. Let me do a quick save. And let me grab a quick sip of coffee. Let this save a minute. Papa Rocks, welcome back. Nikki Fizz, hello. Appreciate everybody stopping back in. This is the last pain in the butt project. I just got to make sure everything has a pallet trigger for the new containers. And then it's stop signs, which again are a little bit more of a pain in the butt, but it's not that bad. So stop signs. If I decide to put them in, I may say the heck with it. Sell points. And then we have to finish the express staffing for the workers. So there's really not that much more to do. And then I need to spend a day off camera making the PDA and optimizing the map. Alright, now, when you drop a container on top of this grid, it doesn't like it. It actually hates the... it'll just sit there and bounce and it won't unfill. So I'm actually going to take this generic cell station. I'm going to slide it inside the building because it's part of the build and it won't build properly if I just delete it. So I'm just going to slide it under the building where you can't see it. I'm going to see if I have a set of warning stripes. I do. And I'm going to grab a set of warning stripes. This won't mess the build up because it's already part of a transform group. But I'm going to bring this over here instead. And then if we go back to, where is my inputs? My inputs are going to be after the build. Alright. So we have our bulk trigger here. Now I can actually, let's make this just a little bit bigger, but not too much bigger. And then I need to, that's alright, I'll just stick it here in the middle. It'll work. Alright, so that's going to be our, now I need a pallet trigger here. So let me grab this one. Let me duplicate it. Let's go edit, cut, let's put it up here. And then, so you are going to be our pallet trigger for our containers, but I think you have to be number 1. So let's look at the smokehouse. Yes, so we have to, let's copy this. Let's put it up here. You become number 1. And then we have to come down here. And then we have to add pallet trigger 1. So you become pallet trigger 1. You are 1, 0, and 1. Alright. So bulk has a pallet trigger. Pallets has a pallet trigger. So pallets go where? There. Why can't I use the same trigger for everything? Now that we got rid of that little grate. I don't need to drop the pallets off over here. I can use one trigger now for everything. Goodness. Alright, let's look at this. Firewood has to stay over here. That has to stay a separate pallet because it has a little bit of a visibility node. A liquid trigger. I think we're going to combine this whole factory into one, maybe just 2 separate triggers. Diesel goes over there. Alright, we're going to change this up a little bit. We're going to leave... Okay, so bulk can stay. Exact fill route 1, pallet trigger 1. There's no use of us having a separate trigger here now for pallets. So I'm actually going to delete those triggers, which means we don't need this set of warning stripes anymore. So that set of warning stripes can get deleted. Alright, so I eliminated trigger 2. So let's fix the XML first. So exact fill route 2 I deleted, that can come out. Pallet trigger 2 can come out. Now we have to come up top. I'm going to go full screen for a second. So pallet trigger 2 for pallets, I'm going to delete. So pallets becomes goods. Veggie oil, sea salt, onion, potato washed, salmon, firewood. Where are hold on. What was going in that trigger? Goods, goods, goods. Oh, salmon. Yeah, that can get changed to goods. Yeah, that can get changed to goods. Duck cuts can get changed to goods. Firewood has to stay firewood. Okay, liquid, diesel, goods, goods. And then goods 2 is for the build. Alright, so that takes care of getting all that into one trigger. Let's look at... Alright, so bulk, you're going to stay there. We eliminated pallets. Firewood. Firewood has to stay there, so I'm not going to mess with that one. Liquid. What is going into our liquid trigger? Because I could probably delete this one as well. Veggie oil. Yep, you're now goods. Firewood has to stay. You are now goods. Diesel trigger we're going to look at in a minute. So we can eliminate the liquid trigger. So the liquid trigger, exact for root 4. Let's delete that. And then we have to remove it from the XM. I've got to remove it up top. So let's delete this one. And then let's delete exact fill root number 4. So exact fill root number 4 can come out. So what does that leave us? I think that leaves us with just the diesel trigger. Let's just go all with one container. Alright, so this set of warning stripes I can now delete. Diesel, do we have a warning stripes over there? We don't. Alright, diesel's going to get dropped off over here as well. So everything will come here except for the firewood. So we can change the diesel. Let's come back up top. So we will no longer have a diesel trigger. So we can eliminate exact fill root 5. So let's save that. Diesel now becomes goods. So let's save that, and then we can eliminate exact fill root 5. So that one comes out. Let's save that. Now we should be good. We should have basically only 3 triggers left. So goods is everything for the factory except for firewood. Goods 2 is for the build. So this should say goods. Goods, goods, goods. You're good. Firewood stays firewood. Water stays goods. Diesel stays good. Orange is goods. Herbs and spices. And then concrete, everything down here is for the build. So actually, smokehouse is done. What's after the smokehouse? Alright, after the smokehouse, we have Castle Cafe, but that is working. So what do we have? Castle Cafe. Castle Cafe doesn't need to be changed. Area 2, we don't have to touch. Area 3, we don't have to touch. Farmer's Market, anything that just builds already has pallet triggers. Apartments, we don't have to touch. That one I don't have to touch. Any of the railroad signals are good. Dunkin's good. KFC, McDonald's, Snap, Domino's, they're all good. Domino's, Aldi. All the city blocks are good. Area 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, they're all good. Alright, Stone Wash Plant. Stone Wash Plant. We're going to have to go look at the Stone Wash Plant. That's buried in the mountain, isn't it? These, I don't know if I can change to containers. We'll see. Alright, so if we look at our Stone Wash Plant, I'm not going to change these to containers. I'm just going to leave these the way they are. I'm not touching the wash plant. So the wash plants are good. Area 10, all the areas are good. Power plant. Power plant is our income per hour. Let's go look at that. Alright, so this is income per hour. It has an exact fill route, and it has a bale trigger, which means it's now probably going to need a pallet trigger for the containers. Alright, let's look at the power plant. Let's look at the power plant. So the water we don't have to touch. The goods trigger is going to need a pallet trigger. And again, what do I want to do with this? Can I keep just the warning stripes? I probably can. Let's delete that. Let's delete that. Let's delete that. No, it's going to leave me with this stupid concrete thing. Alright, can I drop you so you're not raised? No. Oh, hang on. What are you? Alright, now, here we go. I can drop that under the map. Alright, so now we have... Okay, now I can add a pallet trigger here. I can actually duplicate this bale trigger. Let's duplicate that. Let's call it pallet trigger 1. So let's go to Castle Cafe. I can close. Oil well I can close. Let's go to the coal mine. Let's grab pallet trigger 1. So bale trigger 1. Pallet trigger 1. Pallet trigger 1 is 0 and 3. Alright, now we come up top, and I have to grab pallet trigger 1, and we have to drop it into here. Alright, power plant is done. What's next on the list? Mary's Surf Shop is just a build. We don't have to touch that. Nursing home, we don't have to touch that one. Size, we don't have to touch. Nick's. Nick's is going to be another one that's a pain. We're going to have to go fix Nick's, I'm almost positive. Nick's Hideaway, what do we have? No, we're good. That one already has a pallet trigger. Water doesn't need a pallet trigger. We don't have to touch Nick's. Nick's is good. Area 7, all the areas are good. We don't have to touch those. The mini oil wells. Drill pipe already has a pallet trigger. Water, we shouldn't need one. Let's look at one of the mini oil wells. Right? Mini oil well. Oil well 1. Oil well 1. Why does its name not match? Mini well 1. Alright, hold on. Oil well 1, oil well. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry, wrong one. Mini well. Mini well 1. Alright. Oh, we have one input trigger. It has a pallet trigger. Alright, the mini wells are fine. We don't have to touch those. Area 20 we don't have to touch. We don't have to touch. Let's look at the refinery. Refinery already has pallet triggers. We don't have to touch the refinery. Crate factory. Alright, crate factory. Element, oh, there you are. Crate factory may need a pallet trigger. Alright, we're gonna have to fly over there. Alright, crate factory. Let's look at its XML and figure this out. Alright, we have... everything's going into one trigger. Or coal. It's going to output crates. So I need a bale trigger, I need an exact fill route, and I need a pallet trigger. So yes, so exact fill route 1 is going to need a pallet trigger. Alright, so where is my goods trigger? Right here. Yeah, so you're definitely gonna need a pallet trigger. Alright, let's come up here. Refinery, we didn't. Where can I steal one from? Nix didn't need one. They didn't need any. Power plant didn't need any. Railroad silos didn't need any. Alright, where can I steal a pallet trigger from? Right here. Let's duplicate that. Let's come down here. Crate factory. So edit goods paste. You've got to come over here with the bale trigger. In case somebody wants to bring straw over in a container. Alright, so you are going to be number 1. Alright, so the crate factory. Let's go to the coal mine. We have to add this pallet trigger. So let's copy that, drop it into here. And then we need... I need this guy. We need pallet trigger over to here. And what's your number? You are 0, 0, and 2. So you are 0, 0, and 2. Alright, crate factory is done. After the crate factory, plastic plant. Plastic plant. Let's look at the XML. Oh, look at that. We already have 2 pallet triggers in there. We don't have to touch the plastics plant. Sack factory. Sack factory. Let's check the XML. Close the plastic plant. Alright, sack factory already has a pallet trigger. Nice, we don't have to touch that. None of the areas we have to touch. Forest 1. I don't have to touch. Areas are good. Forest 2, good. Good through here. I think we're... Forest is good, we don't have to touch. Dollar General is a build, so we don't have to touch. Power grid we just fixed. Bait house has a pallet trigger, so we don't have to touch the bait house. The hatcheries have a pallet trigger. I don't have to touch the hatchery. The beehives are good. The apiary, we are good. So everything that needs a pallet trigger now has a pallet trigger. Let's save the map. And we'll crack it open in game and make sure it's not going to throw any Lua errors with any of the triggers I just added. And this will be one more thing off the list today. I'm getting so excited, y'all. We're not going to spend any time in game. We're literally going to fire the game up, check the log, see if it's throwing any errors. Me too. Yeah, right? Me too. More stuff for me to try and break soon. I'm buying this. I'm really pushing hard to get this ready for testing by the weekend. I've got a couple time-consuming projects off camera to do. One is the PDA. That's going to take me about 4 to 6 hours to do. I'll do that off camera, and then optimizing the map is going to be about another 2 to 3 hours off camera. All right, so everything should now have containers. Let's just crack this open long enough to see we have no loo errors. Uh-oh, my phone is buffering. I wonder if I lost my stream. Alright, I did not lose my stream, but my phone is buffering. When my phone buffers is when I usually drop off the Wi-Fi. Uh-oh, it's taking longer to load. I hope I didn't break anything by adding all of these triggers in. Alright, let's, I'm almost afraid to look. Let's jump into the log. Let's go up to the top and pray for no Lua errors. Alright, cool. We didn't break anything by adding triggers in. Let's get out of here. Alright, let's pull this back up. Let me grab my to-do list. Lol, I said I wanted to break stuff, and here you go doing it for me. Alright, so pallet triggers are off the list. Let's finish express staffing and see where we're making workers at. So let's come back up here. Let me close places. Let's go to everything. Let me just close all this stuff except for what we're going to work on. Alright, express staffing. Let's head over to back to the center island for a minute. I might as well knock this off. I'm seriously maybe lazy and not put stop signs in the map. So let's look at express personnel really quick. All right, I'm going to pull that XML up. All right, express staffing. How many places are we picking up workers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we're literally picking up people. So we have 3 triggers here. And then we have, so we have 1 at the hotel that we're picking workers up at. We have 1 at this shopping center that we're picking workers up at. We have 1 at this shopping center where we're picking workers up at. Let's get 1. Crap. Alright, I can't put 1 over here because you have to build it. Let's see if we can't get... maybe over here by the courthouse and the fire station and the hospital. Can we sneak in another set over here so you could pick workers up over here? I think I can. Let's come over here. Alright, let me grab... Alright, where are my bus stops? Alright, so bus stop. Alright, let's grab a bus stop. Now, is this going to mess me up with anything? No, because we're not building anything with the express staffing, are we? We're not. We just need to make spots for extra workers. Alright, sack factory I can close. Coal mine I can close. Let me grab a bus stop. Let me duplicate that. Let's see if we can't get another spot here to pick up workers. I'm going to go down on my speed a little bit. Alright, let's grab our... let's go to square. Let's go to plate. And let's push this grass back. Now we'll go to... let's see if we're on subtract. We are. Alright, so that's going to push the grass back. Alright, so that's going to get us a bus stop. Now I need a gas station trigger. Yeah, you have to stick up above the ground. Sorry, so you go right there, and then I need a visibility node. And this one is the one that's a little bit of a pain to put into place. Why does that look so long? Alright, hold on. What am I doing wrong? I swear it was only 2 bus stops long. Why does it look like I have extra workers? Over here. It's been a while since I added one. Oh, no, 3 bus stops long. Okay, so we have to go 3 bus stops long. So I need another bus stop. So let's add another bus stop in. Let's push this back. Let's push this back. Alright, now let's get our visibility node in place. visibility node is, let me come over from this side. Alright, so you have to come back a little bit. You're going to have to come down. And you're going to come back a little bit. Over this way a hair. Alright, how do you look? Oh, nope, their butts are still off the ground, so they got to come down a little bit further. Let's get their butts on the seat. And then I think it's got to go back. Yeah, this way just a hair. Now, let's pull up, let's go to the 110, let's come up to the top, let's find express staffing. So control find. Alright, so now I have to add in production line 6, or production line 7. We have to add, oh, that's just it, production line 7. Alright. Now if we come to here, we have to add another set of triggers. So you become number 8. And then we have to add another set of workers. So you actually become number 7. You become number 8. Our visibility node becomes number 13. And then we have to add another production line. So you become number 7. Let me save that, right? You become number 7. You become number 7. And then you become number 7. And then we have to add trigger number 8. So trigger number 8 becomes number, I think, 12. We'll go in and double check that. You should become, yeah, you're number 12. Alright, so that gives us one more set of workers. I honestly don't know where else I can put another set of workers in, because there's no place on the valley part of the map to pick up workers. There's really no place on the outer mountain to pick up workers. I could put a bus stop over here at the cafe. Can we squeeze another bus stop over here? Possibly. Let's get this guy slid out of the way a bit. Let's go back to global company. Express staffing. Alright, let's grab another bus stop. And let's sort of turn it here-ish. Alright, so 1, 2. 3. Alright, so 1, 2, and 3. And then we need a gas station trigger. So you will work with for the bus. So we have the trigger. We need another set of visibility nodes. And its height could be the same as this height. And then let's get them spun. And let's see if their butts are on the seat. Oh, they got to come back a little bit. Alright, so this will be... Alright, so now we got to come back in here. Let's go back to the 110. So now we have to add production line 8. So you become number 8. Alright, so now we come into here. Let's come up top. We have to add in another trigger. So you become number 9. You become number 9. Right, 7, 8, 9. Alright. Then we have to add another output for workers. So you become 8. Okay, hold on, I messed something up. Nope, yep, and then you become 9. Because they're off by 1. So yeah, 6, 7. Yeah, so it's 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, and then 8, 9. Okay, so that takes care of the workers. So your visibility becomes 15. I think that's 15 and then 14. Yep. We have to add another production line. You become number 8. You become number 8. And then we have to add trigger. You're trigger 9 and you are 14. Alright, so that's going to give us a couple more bus stops to pick workers up. Now, the only other problem is we're going to need, I think, let's go over and look at our signs. I think we're going to have to add 2 more bus stop signs in. Yeah, your bus stop 6. So we added 2 more. So we have to add bus stop 7, bus line 7, and bus line 8 we have to add. I'm going to give the map a quick save. Let's look at our signs folder. And let's go to textures. Do we have bus stop 7? Bus line 7 and bus line 8 are in here. Did I delete them or did I leave them in here? BR7, crap, I deleted them. We're going to have to do this the hard way. Let the map save. and then express staffing will be done. We can get that one off the list. Yeah, I know. I still have to go back and fix the tables. Do you have a bus stop by where the houses are going to be built when you... There's 3 of them down by the construction office. That has 3 pickup spots. All right, I'm going to grab the sign. I'm going to go File, Export. I'm going to go BR7 for bus route 7. I'm going to go File, Export. I'm going to go BR8 for bus route 8. And then I'm going to take this trigger and put it back into place. So let's go to signs. So BR7, we have to change to bus route 7. And then bus route 8, I have to change it to bus route 8. Let's get our signs into place. So bus route 7 is at the hospital. So let's go File, Import, bus route 7. Let's come up here. Let me just go for now. Let me go edit interactive placement. Let me drop it. Oh, why do you not have... What's wrong with your file? What's wrong with your textures? Let me delete that out a minute. What's wrong with your textures? Bus route 7, signs textures, signs textures, signs textures, bus route 7, bus route 8, BR7, BR8, BR8, BR7. Why do you not? Is it just textures? Maybe just textures. Let's see if it has a texture when I bring it in this time. Actually, let me close all this shit that we don't need open. We'll leave Express Staffing open because we're still working on it. Let's close all this other stuff so I can move my signs to the right transform group. So let's go File, Import, bus route 7. There we go. Alright, let's come up here. So let's go Edit, Cut, and Paste. Alright, so bus route 7 is here. Alright, bus route 8. So File, Import, BR8. And let's go up here. So let's go Edit, Cut, and Paste. And you are going to go here. So you are BR7. You are BR8. Alright, so that should finish Express Staffing. So we have 8 spots to pick workers up at. So let's close that. Thanks for the reminder. Let's go fix our tables because I'm not going to remember unless I write it on my list. So let's just go do it now. Then we'll save the game. We'll make sure we have workers spawning where they need to spawn. Let's get these tables out of the ground. Alright, so this guy has to come up. That one's good. This one has to come up. That one is fine. This one's got to come up a little bit. And I think those are all the ones that were sunk into the dock. No, you need to come up a little bit as well. This one can probably come up a little bit more as well. Alright, so those are our tables fixed. Now the other thing I wanted to look at, I want to look at this umbrella. Where is my texture path? Textures, common files. Alright, so common files, textures, ice cream cart. Common files, textures, ice cream cart. Why am I not seeing it? Ice cream cart. How hard would it be to change these red umbrellas to blue? Because our signage for the new restaurant is blue and white, not red and white. Let's see if we can't... where is this sign? This sign is test 1, Valley sign textures. Valley sign textures. Valley, test 1, Valley signs textures, Lakeside. Alright, let's go color picker blue. It's going to match the sign. Let's come in here and let's go magic wand, paint bucket, magic wand, paint bucket, magic wand, paint bucket, magic wand, come on, paint bucket, give it to me, paint bucket, magic wand, paint bucket. Save. Let's see if these umbrellas, yeah, that is going to look a lot better. Another task bites the dust. Absolutely. Thanks for the reminder on these tables. I would have completely forgot about them. And I've been meaning to change the umbrella color forever. The umbrella color didn't match the new theme of the restaurant. And what I may do too, let's see if we can't change this sign post. Alright, it is test 1, common files textures, ruby red. Now the problem is it's going to change every sign post the same color, but let's give it a shot. Textures, ruby red. Textures, ruby red. So let's go to common files, textures, ruby red. Where is ruby red? Right here. Let's go magic wand, paintbrush, save, reload the texture. I like that better than the red. Actually, I want to darken that up a little bit. Let's come back onto here. Can I darken you up a bit? I don't know if I like that color. Let's go more blue. Let's save that. And then let's reload that texture. Yeah, that is going to be much better than the red. Now the only thing is it's going to change, since it's all the same signpost, it's going to change tractor supply from red to blue, but there's nothing I can do about that. Oh, it did not change tractor supply, or did it? If I click on you and I go reload texture, you may stay red. Okay, I might have gotten lucky there. So that's going to take care of the restaurant, the tables, express staffing. Alright, let's do another save. Let's cross express staffing off the list. So that leaves me with boat splines, stop signs, sell points, map PDA, and optimize. We'll do the boat splines next. Let's go in game and see how these look with the blue umbrellas. I know it's a little thing, but those red umbrellas have been bothering me. And I'm going to get out of here soon because I have a 3-hour upload to YouTube. So I'm going to get out of here soon and we'll finish this up tomorrow. Actually, we may finish up the on-camera work. I definitely won't get the off-camera work done tomorrow. But let's jump back in here a minute. Let's grab save game 9. Yeah, I'll show you where the bus stops are. We'll actually give express staffing another quick test. I won't test the triggers, I'm going to cheat the stuff in, but we'll have to test the triggers properly when we're testing. If I do not stream tomorrow, I'm doing all the off-camera work. So if I'm not streaming tomorrow, I'm going to work on the map PDA and I'm going to work on optimizing. So if I'm radio silent tomorrow and you thought I disappeared off the face of the earth, I'm going to do all of my off-camera work tomorrow. And I actually may do that. Because it's going to take me 3 hours to upload the YouTube video. So that'll put me at like what's that already? 5 o'clock? So it'll probably put me until like 9 o'clock tonight by the time I get everything uploaded and dinner's done. Yeah, I'm not going to work on the map anymore tonight. So I will probably do my off-camera work tomorrow. So how do our new textures look? And as I fall into the water. Our new texture, I love the, okay, I definitely love the blue umbrellas better than the red umbrellas. It goes better with the Lakeside Bar and Grill sign. Not in love with that blue for the sign. It stands out. It makes it look different. I'm not in love with it. I'll deal with it. Alright, let us... Do we own express staffing? We should. It's part of the whole mountain. Alright, we do own it. Let's go down to express staffing. Yeah, we do own it. Alright, let me grab some cash. Let's grab some speed. Let's grab store delivery mod. Let's grab K100. Let's grab the tipper. And we're going to need some coffee and some gold. Alright, so let's grab some coffee. Let's empty that. Let's grab some gold. Alright, let's get this guy out of the way. Alright, let's grab, if I didn't get stuck behind the wall, let's grab this guy and tanker. So we need some water. Workers need food, water, and gold. You gotta pay them. They liked our water bottles when they go to work. Oh, I should make it tougher. We should make a water bottle factory and make you deliver bottled water here. Ooh, there's going to be something else we're going to do to the map. I think we're going to change this to bottled water. We're going to put a bottling plant in. I like that idea. Where was I? Water. I think we just created a new factory for the map. Bottled water. Matt K, hey old man, glad to see you're still online. Long day. Yeah, it has been a long. Oh, I did like 3 hours worth of errands today, so I can't complain. All right, did every single line go active? Every single line did go active. All right, so there's 3 bus stops here. So here's bus route 3. Here's bus route 1, and then here's bus route 2. I'm going to go 120 speed for an hour. Let's just go 1,000 speed for an hour. So all of our bus stops should now be full of workers. So it takes an hour in game to get 8 full bus loads of workers. So then you grab your bendy bus. So you get the bendy bus. And then you pick up your bendy people with the bendy bus. And you take your bendy people with the bendy bus to work. Oh, I gotta put my F1 menu back on. I took it off to take a screenshot. Why am I not getting a load trigger? Okay, there we go. Start filling. So the workers are going to disappear off of the benches. They're going to teleport themselves into the bus. And then you take your busload of workers wherever they need to go. I'm not going to drive the bus around. Let's grab a truck. We'll make sure all the bus stops work when we're actually testing the map. So there's 3 bus stops here to pick workers up. Let's see if they all have people in them. Should be one at Walmart, I think. I honestly can't remember where I put them without going back into the map. No, the hotel one. The hotel had one. So that's 3. Yeah, here's number 4. So you'll pick your workers up here with the bus. And that has workers in it, so that one's full. So that's 4. There's one over here. So this is 5. Yep, pick up workers here. And then there should be one over at this shopping center. Where over down this way. Yep, so here's pickup spot number 6. And then we should have one at the hospital courthouse. Yep, so number 7 is right here. And then we should have the last one back at the Castle Cafe. So you'll have 8 spots to pick up your workers. Yep, so there's all your bus stops. So 8 working bus stops. Let's get out of here. But you could make it at the. I can make it at the beer plant. No, we're not. I don't think I'm going to add another factory. I think we're going to leave it the way it is. But it would be cool, though. Alright, so express staffing is done. Let me go in here and let me get rid of all the extra crap I have sitting over here that I don't need anymore. Because I have a whole bunch of stuff staged over here that I can delete now. Let me do that before I forget. Alright, so let me come down. Let me close places. Let me close global company. Let's come down to here. So birch tree, all these extra birch trees now can go. Spruce trees, the extra spruce trees can go. The extra bus stop can go. The maple tree can go. The volume tree can go. The pine trees can go. palm trees can go. Alright, what are you? You're a hedge, you can go. And then the bridge, this bridge can go. So that leaves me with the billboard. The billboard, I had something in mind for the billboard, and now for the life of me can't remember what it was. What did I want to do with the billboard? I left it in the map for a reason. I'm going to leave it in the map and sleep on it, because I know I left this billboard in here for a reason, and right now I can't think of what that is. Alright, so the other project I completely forgot about are the roll doors. Let's go, before we get to boat splines, let's go look at the roll doors. Oh, and then the helicopter spline. Crap! Alright, hold on, let me grab my notebook. Roll doors and helicopter and billboard. I had something planned for that billboard, and for the life of me can't remember what it is now. It'll come to me at like 3 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Alright, we need roll doors on our cold warehouses. So let me grab, where's my XML path? Maps, animated objects. Ricci Valley, maps, animated objects. Alright, roll door 11 is the only one in the map. Alright, we're going to change that one to roll door 01. We're going to change this one to roll door 01. Let's save that, and then I have to check the i3D pathing for it. I don't think anything else changes. I think it all stays. Oh, I hit save. I didn't mean to hit save. Let this save. Getting so close to done, then we just wait for testing. Yeah, give me a couple more days. I've got like a day and a half of off-camera work to do. Only because the map PDA takes about 6 to 8 hours in paint.net to get looking good. And that's something I need to concentrate on, so I'm not going to... I won't do it on a stream, I just need to focus. And then optimizing the map is another off-camera, I need to focus job. So I literally have like a day and a half of off-camera work to do. And the only thing left now is the boat splines, which that's half an hour. Stop signs, if I decide to put them in, that's another hour. The roll door shouldn't take but a half an hour, and then I got to mess around with the helicopter. So literally there's like 2 days worth of work. Alright, so roll door 1, you also become roll door 01. And then let's check the i3D mapping. I don't think anything else changes. So our trigger node is 0, 0. Or is it just 0? Ooh, maybe that's why it's not working. Is my trigger node 0 or is my trigger node 0, 0? That may be why my roll door's not working. Let's try that. 0, 0. Let's save that. Let's look at our... This one is 0, 1. What is 0, 1? Let's fly over to Nick's and look at that roll door real quick. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here like really soon, and we'll finish this up If I don't finish this up tomorrow, we'll finish this up the following day, because I'm almost positive I'm going to work on the PDA tomorrow and optimizing. All this other little stuff can wait another day. It's not going to hurt anything. I want to look. I want to check out this roll door before I duplicate them and make sure that it works. And then I'm going to get out of here in about 5 to 10 minutes. I need to get out of here for the night. All right. So the roll door. What is number 2? Number 2 is just the frame. Okay. There's nothing there I need to check. You become 2 and 0. So you're 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, up to 2, 4, and then 2, 5. So 2 and 0, 2 and 1, 2 and 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5. I can skip that first 0, I think. So the first 0 does get skipped. So this one goes back to just 0. My link node is 2 and 0. If the trigger doesn't work, I'm going to try changing it to 0/0. But let's leave it at 0, 0 for now. Let me save the map. We're going to go in, we're going to teleport over this way, and we're going to see if this door works before I duplicate it and put them on the warehouses. And I think I'm going to turn the auto open off so it doesn't open and close by itself. You have to manually open and close it. So actually, let's get rid of this auto open true. I want to make sure it works with the keyboard control or Xbox control. And then we'll get the roll doors on the warehouses tomorrow or Wednesday. So I do have to run to the church tomorrow. And it's a good time to get out of here because my coffee cup is empty. Alright, one quick test on this roll door, y'all, and then I'm going to get out of here. And we'll duplicate them tomorrow or Wednesday. I seriously think I want to do the map tomorrow and optimize tomorrow. Because what's left is just like half hour here, half hour there. I can't remember what I wanted to use that billboard for. I wanted to change the picture. There was something I wanted to do with it, but for the life of me, can't remember. As soon as I delete it out of the map, I'm going to remember what I wanted that stop sign for. Or the, not the stop sign, the billboard sign. Let's teleport back to here. And let's see if I get the trigger to open this door. I do. Nope. B, not A. Alright, so the garage door will work. It's going to be manual. It's not going to auto open or close. So we will get all these doors added to the warehouses tomorrow. I'm going to throw you all on ending soon. I'm going to save, so I'm going to leave a couple things open. I'm going to close a couple things. Paint.net I'm done with. Map i3D I am done with. Notepad++ I need to keep open yet. I appreciate everybody stopping in. Hope everyone has an awesome night. Like I said earlier, if I'm radio silent tomorrow, I'm working on off-camera stuff. So I will either see you tomorrow or see you Wednesday, not sure yet. But hope everyone has an awesome night and catch you either Tuesday or Wednesday. Farm Chick Sassy One says, see you on the next one. I will have a great night. Farm Chick, good night, everyone. All right, catch y'all.